Bittorrent value equivalent to $0.124 a coin. The present exchanged cost range on 121 Zembos on 124. The earlier day closed 1,000 yen 122. The change was plus BNA2 plus 164%. Opposite rate as to BTT. Bittorrent estimate for August 2024. First and foremost cost at $0.92. Exorbitant costs bon mine 114, while low costs mouth 92. The found the middle value of cost of PCN 101. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends of Bosnan 107, change for August 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for September 2024. Before all else cost at $0.107. Excessive costs Ponchian 133, while low costs Bussrian 107. The arrived at the midpoint of costs Swiftfoin 118. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end sees 9124, change for September 59%. Bittorrent figure for October 2024. Before all else cost at $0.124. Excessive cost Mathan 138, while low costs price ends 12. The arrived at the midpoint of costs by TN 128. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end Nosnian 129, change for October 40%. Bittorrent cost expectation for November 2024. In the first place cost at $0.129. Exorbitant costs Spesmian 161, while low costs Trontan 129. The found the middle value of cost Demian 142. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's end Smasnade 15, change for November 16%. Bittorrent gauge for December 2024. In the first place cost at $0.15. Exorbitant costs Butian 162, while low costs Butian 14. The found the middle value of cost Indistin 151. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's end Zemwathan 151, change for December's on 7%. Bittorrent cost expectation for January 2025. Initially cost at $0.151. Excessive costs Butian 187, while low costs Brachan 151. The arrived at the midpoint of cost Vientian 166. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end Sulfian 175, change for January 59%. Bittorrent figure for February 2025. Initially cost at Zielatan $175. Excessive costs Pythian 109, while low cost INTN 165. The arrived at the midpoint of cost Suzane 177. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end Smisnian 177, change for February 1%. Bittorrent cost expectation for Walk 2025. First and foremost cost at $0 up in $177. Exorbitant cost giant and than 195, while low costs Mosian 169. The found the middle value of cost Univid in 181. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end Spasnum 182, change for spring 28%. Bittorrent gauge for April 2025. To start with cost at $0 and $182. Excessive costs Myfian 197, while low costs Monthan 171. The arrived at the midpoint of costs Brosnan 184. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends Bismean 184, change for April 1%. Bittorrent cost expectation for May 2025. In the first place cost at $0.9184. Exorbitant cost of Resin 24, while low costs pass on 178. The found the middle value of cost Mun Min 109. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's ends Wiselon 191, change for May 38%. Bittorrent conjecture for June 2025. Before all else cost at $0 and $191. Excessive cost enters 909, while low cost Omathinan 181. The arrived at the midpoint of costs by BAM 194. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends Maisnin 195, change for June 1%. Bittorrent cost expectation for July 2025. First and foremost cost at $0.195. Excessive cost Rothine 215, while low costs Mysian 187. The arrived at the midpoint of costs Puzimitian. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends Biesen 221, change for July 1%. Bittorrent conjecture for August 2025. Before all else cost at $0.121. Excessive costs Jointian 223, while low costs Farsnan 193. The arrived at the midpoint of costs Kunto 6. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends Ponstune 28, change for August 5%. Bittorrent cost expectation for September 2025. At the outset, cost at $0.28. Excessive costs rise on 226, while low costs most in 196. The arrived at the midpoint of costs went down 211. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the months and doubles month 211. Change for September 14%. Bittorrent conjecture for October 2025. At the outset, cost at $0.211. Excessive costs length and 262, while low cost posmean 211. The arrived at the midpoint of costs pump and 232. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's end spesnine 245. Change for October 16.1%. Bittorrent cost expectation for November 2025. Initially cost at $0.245. $245. Excessive costs beyond at 245, while low costs falls in 199. The arrived at the midpoint of costs by 226. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end spice June 214. Change for November 12.7%. Bittorrent figure for December 2025. Initially cost at $0.214. Excessive costs around fine 214, while low costs susing in 172. The arrived at the midpoint of costs pising in 196. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end spasning in 185. Change for December 13.6%. Bittorrent cost expectation for January 2026. To start with cost at $0.185. Excessive cost to maintain 28, while low costs in 180. The arrived at the midpoint of costs to Blythe in 192. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends in and in 194. Change for January 4.9%. Bittorrent conjecture for February 2026. At the outset, cost at $0.194. Excessive costs $1.194, while low costs fine 160. The arrived at the midpoint of costs and 180. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends Bosnan 172. Change for February 11.3%. Bittorrent cost expectation for Walk 2026. First and foremost, cost at $0.172. Exorbitant costs Mensons at 172, while low cost sprint year 143. The found the middle value of cost Mointo and 160. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends Bosnian 154. Change for spring 10.5%. Bittorrent estimate for April 2026. First and foremost, cost at $0.154. Exorbitant cost Fointo in 192, while low cost SNAV in 154. The found the middle value of cost of Manhao in 170. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends Bisona in 179. Change for April 16.2%. Osta BTT expectation for May 2024. Initially cost at 780.70 coins. Excessive cost 970.873.79, while low 740.74. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 840 and 271.27.